Hello everyone. So I wanted to do something different today. I didn't want to do a pick a card reading. I wanted to do like a collective message regarding this eclipse because people are freaking out about it, and I don't know much about astrology, so I can't read astrological charts. Other people are doing that on YouTube. So I wanted to do something tarot related just to sort of see collectively what can we expect beyond this, because everyone is sort of acting like they were back when the Y2K thing was happening. So I just wanted to ask the cards, questions, different questions of what we can expect of collectively, and what changes maybe we can see in the world and things like that. Things that I'm personally curious about, so I kind of wanted to make the video just in case other people wanted to know. So let's get started. Okay, let's begin with the healing cards. And we're going to ask, what is significant about this eclipse? Okay, so what is significant? We got victim consciousness. Okay, say what you mean and cycles. So it feels like our world is, there's a lot, this is why I think during the readings that I do, victim consciousness comes out a lot. And it's because there's so many people out there that are trapped in this sort of state of mind, right? They may be depressed, or they may be sad, or in the lacking thought form, right? Always what they lack. It's like people used to be, grateful, even for the little things. They used to be grateful because they see that, something's happening. Something, at least some aspect, is thriving and being successful or whatever. But it's like something shifted in our world where we're constantly focused on what we lack. We're always so unhappy. We're always so, trapped in this hate and negativity, and oh, we don't have the most recent Stanley Cup, or oh, we don't have those sort of shoes, or we can't afford this sort of lifestyle. But who says that that lifestyle is right for you? Who says that those sneakers or that cup is something you personally need to have or own? It's like your brain creates that because you're being influenced by false gods, right? You're being influenced by shallowness. You're constantly looking at the surface and never going down deeper. Why do you need 50 different sippy cups that are basically reusable when all you need is one? You use it, you wash it, you use it again. Why do you need 50 of those? Right? Why do you need a certain type of shoes or a certain type of clothing that someone else is wearing? It looks good on them, but who says it's going to look good on you? And why are you taking someone else's style when it isn't you? Find your own style. Be your own trendsetter. It's like everyone is looking at other people and thinking they need to strive for that, when every single one of us has a totally different path in life. It doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be, regarding careers or anything, but just generally. Even if the end goal is the same, the journey will be different. So why are you constantly trying to have what others have, or trying to do what others are doing, when that is not your path? you should question yourself on that, because if I look deeper for someone who has that sort of mind, I feel like it comes down to, you see someone being successful in what they do, they're confident, they look like they have their shit together, and that's what you want. But it's not going to come with those things. It's not going, for you, it's not, you don't need to have those things to find that confidence in you, because how you find your confidence is going to be a totally different thing. If confidence and success came in one form, we all would be doing the same job. No other job would exist. But everyone is different. So do what calls to you, what calls to your soul. What do you feel happy about? Like, imagine waking up knowing you're going to do that thing today. What is that thing that makes you smile and that makes you want to get up early in the morning just to do it? Do that. Okay, don't be looking at others. Say what you mean. People have been living in a, what I would like to call a Gemini state of mind, right? Because Geminis, everyone knows, they're like two people in one body, right? I'm not saying they're two-faced. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Geminis that can be honest, but a lot of people in today's time are saying one thing and doing another. And Mother Nature, we're walking and living on her flesh, right? She wants us to be our true, honest, and genuine self. So you need to say what it is you actually mean. Don't say one thing but do another. I know so many people that do this, and I can't stand it. This is why I think I only have like one friend. One consistent friend that I've had since like the second grade. Okay, everyone else I removed from my life because I cannot stand people who are like this. They'll say that they only wear, real jewelry, like not in the sense of expensive jewelry, but let's say semi-precious stones, or crystal jewelry. But then a week later, they'll be wearing plastic. And I mean, it's okay if you wear plastic type of jewelry, but don't say that you don't. Be real with yourself. Don't say that you're all about honesty, but then you spread lies about other people or gossip behind their back. Don't make plans with someone, but then when the time comes that you need to do whatever it is you planned with that person, you're not there, or you went somewhere else and they're thinking, where the hell are you? Didn't we plan this? Be real, be honest, be present. When you're saying something to someone, be present in that moment and truly say what it is you mean. If you aren't sure, then tell them, I can't promise this, but I'll see if I can do this. Right? But be present. Words have meaning, and use your words precisely as you mean them. And if, let's say, you're in that moment sure you can do something, but then later on something comes up, don't wait until the next day to tell this person when they're already angry where you were. But instead, when you already see that something is about to get in the way, text them or call them right away and tell them, hey, I know we have this thing planned for, later on or whatever, but this thing came up, so I'll have to postpone or whatever. Be honest. Say what you really mean. Stop being a double agent and constantly flipping back and forth. This planet is heading towards honesty, and everything that has been hidden or lied about or buried, everything is coming to the surface now. You can already tell by everything that's crumbling in Hollywood, or even certain businesses or whatever, but there's so much more that has to come out, because we have buried so much within the essence of this planet that she cannot take the secrecy anymore. She needs to start letting everything out in the open. People need to know the truth. Okay? And with cycles, what's significant about this I wanted to say full moon, this eclipse, is that it's a cycle. This isn't something new. This has already come and gone before. So it's not something that is so rare. I mean, it could be rare. Maybe we haven't seen this type of solar eclipse. I don't know. Personally, I don't know what's special about it. Because I know in my lifetime there has been a few solar eclipses, but everyone's making a big deal out of this one. But even the universe or the cards or spirit is saying this is a cycle. It has happened before, it will happen in the future again. So it's just a cycle that comes and goes. So I didn't even ask a question when they pop out. Okay, interesting. So I didn't even ask the question. I wanted to ask, like, like what the significance is, but also sort of like what we can expect type thing. And it's interesting, we got the waning moon and the waxing moon. What you need to release, and the energy is gaining momentum, because of course the eclipse is happening today. So, it's coming, but we need to release something. I mean, this video is going to come out tomorrow, after the eclipse, but I'm filming this the day before, but there's something as a collective we need to release, and I think that is the negative energy. We need to release the secrets, we need to release the lies, we need to release the victim consciousness, we need to release holding back and shutting our mouth. Just, say what you mean, okay? If you feel you deserve a raise because of the hard work you've been doing, say it. Even if it costs you your job, say it. You cannot feel fear anymore. You need to stand your ground. You need to know your worth. Okay. Let's see. So I asked, what can you tell us about this eclipse? And we got secrecy. Let's see what else we get. Wow, we got truth. And we got sisterhood. Okay, so this feels like a huge thing. And remember, okay, there's something you need to remember. That when the government tries to create a state of fear about something, it's possible that they're the ones that fear it. Because sometimes something that can ruin them can be a blessing for us, right? When their world starts crumbling, maybe ours will be the ones that is brought up, that that thrives, okay? So don't think that certain situations are going to affect everyone equally. Some situations will benefit some, while it's going to destroy others. This is why they want us to fear an alien attack, because think about it, if aliens were here all this time, right, whether it's outside our planet, constantly surveillancing us, or working within, but just, keeping themselves hidden from us because we'd panic if we see them, if they've been here since 60s or 40s or even beyond, whenever, right, if they've been here all this time, would you not think they would have killed us by now? So they want to use this Project Bluebeam thing where they want to create a sort of UFO attack. I don't know if it's just going to be in the US or all around the world, I have no idea. But they want to use this hologram technology to make us believe that these aliens are suddenly flooding into our atmosphere, coming down on us. Thing is, I believe the lasers that they attack us with are going to be real, because like first world type of governments do have like satellites and stuff out in space that have laser technology. So the lasers and the attacks will be real, but it's not going to be aliens that do them. It's going to be the government, right? So of course we have to be careful about the attacks, but we can't blame aliens for it. They only want us to unite under a one world government where this one government is going to rule the entire world, which I think is insane. Because how can you represent the whole planet when you don't even know what each individual country, continent, town even needs? Everyone's needs will be different. There's no way that one government can make a peaceful and beautiful place, right? This is why they want to, of course, lower the population, because the less people, the more control they have. So don't blame the aliens if you see spaceships just suddenly attacking people. Okay, use your intuition. What it is you feel deep down. Because I think that when our world shifts into a higher state of consciousness, right, if we stop using the victim consciousness and start truly being in our divinity of who we truly are, the soul self and not this flesh self that has been programmed, they are going to panic, because it's possible that then the positive and the good intentioned intelligent beings will start maybe coming down and helping and guiding us, which will be problematic for them because they may be, I don't know, imprisoned, killed off, who knows? But that's why they want us to fear these beings, because they don't want us being saved by something positive. They want us constantly in this fear state of mind, in this victim consciousness. Because when you panic, when you're scared, when you're depressed, or in this dark dark energy, you are easily controlled. So this eclipse is all about, there is secrecy, so there is something that is hidden from us. But it feels like the truth will come out. Whether it's right away, whether it's, soon, but everything on this planet, ever since I think Trump became president the first time, since then, everything has sort of been like a snowball effect where we are discovering more and more and more as time goes by. But maybe this eclipse is going to like open the floodgates and start changing, our world, our societies. And with the Sisterhood card, this is a beautiful card that, speaks about connecting with that, nurturing, that empathy, the loving self that, we need to connect with ourselves and with other people. We need to start being a tribe. We need to start being, honest with ourselves and with other people, and start sharing a connection that we seem to have lost. The last time we truly had a connection with people was in the 90s. This is why 90s kids were the last generation that knew what true freedom was like. And we don't have that now anymore. We're constantly looking at screens. We're constantly living in the digital world instead of the real world. And while our real world is falling apart, everyone's focusing on the digital. They're not seeing the things around them are being destroyed. And it doesn't matter if what's being destroyed is far away, because eventually it will reach you as well. So you need to fight for other people that can't fight for themselves. You need to speak up for people who can't speak for themselves. You need to be a tribe again. And being a tribe doesn't mean being a hive mind where everyone thinks the same. Everyone is an individual. But we can at least try to find a common ground. We can at least have respect for each other. We can have boundaries, and we can have space and respect other people's space and what they need. Not everyone will, want to do things the same way. Not everyone's preferences will be the same. But you can't call them racist. You can't call them homophobic or whatever just because they have their own preferences. Having a preference doesn't mean hating someone else's preference. It just means that you have your own preference. So you need to stop blurting out words when those words don't even mean what you are trying to portray them to mean. Okay? I just love how these two moons are total opposites of each other. Come on, focus. Okay. Right? They're facing each other. And it sort of looks like it's about to become an eclipse, right? If it moves more here. But, and also, it's winter here, but then it's, like almost springtime here. So it's like they're literal opposites in every sense of the word. So maybe we are going to see, during this eclipse, maybe we're going to see a polar opposite of the world we know. Maybe little by little, things are going to start working out where it's going to be so different than it is now. Because we have been used to so much disrespect, so much bullying, so much injustice, even in our workplace, right? So maybe this eclipse will bring forth a new world where things will make a lot more sense, where we won't have to work so hard just to get a little, right? It's like one of those quotes, why am I working so hard to be this poor, or something like that. So what kind of world are we walking into with this eclipse? Okay, so we got the spirit of spring. That is beautiful. Freedom, action, and power. So it seems like we will be taking our power back. Maybe this is why, I'm assuming, but maybe this is why they have the military or, police planned to be out during the time of eclipse. Maybe some changes will occur. Something that will be maybe against the globalists, but for us. I don't know. I have no idea, but so far. But maybe also it could be like a blessing in disguise where, things turn violent, but eventually it works out for us, right? So remember not to judge certain things right away, because this is like a maze, right? Being within the maze, you don't see where the exits are, right? You don't see where you can get out, where you go next. When you're zoomed out, then you see everything. But living in this life, we are within a maze. So just because there's a dead end, don't judge it, because maybe there's something just around the corner, right? So try to keep calm. Even if something bad happens, keep calm, step away, have time to reflect, and see what your next moves are, or just allow things to, happen on their own to see where it all leads. But don't overreact, don't become emotional and dramatic about it. Okay, because some things, no matter how bad they are, could be a blessing eventually. Look at the whole quarantine during COVID, right? The quarantine, despite that, people couldn't work, they had to shut down all these things. Look at the blessing that that happened during that time. I think I mentioned this before, but when I was a kid, I remember in geography class, I think it was, they were teaching us that in order to clean all this pollution in the air and clean our waters and all these things, that it would take generations and generations in order for that to happen. But during the time of quarantining, when people weren't allowed to drive unless it was really essential, if they had to go get something like food or whatever, there were no boats on the oceans or seas. There were no planes flying, okay? Everything was still. And what happened? The seas started to heal themselves. There was so much less pollution in the air. The skies were a beautiful blue because there were no planes spraying shit and chemicals out there, right? I've seen dolphins coming back to like shores where no one has seen dolphins there before, but they were coming back. Fish were coming back. I think the animals were worried, what else happening with the humans, because like no one's been seeing them around lately. Because I remember seeing a video of like a wild boar just like walking on the streets of Italy or something. I think animals were worried about us, but it's like everything was thriving and flourishing just like in 2 weeks. So even though there was, something bad happening, there was a blessing that came with it as well. So don't judge things and don't listen to the news where they pump you with fear. Step back and see things for yourself. Look at alternative news and independent news and see what they're saying, because they will most likely show you also the good along with the bad and not just pure bad, right? And they won't phrase it in a way where they'll want to make you panic. They'll just be rational about, this is happening, just reporting on what is, okay? So what do we need to know or do regarding this eclipse? Shovel, search and uncover. Shovels come in handy to dig up something that needs to be found. You seem to be missing something and are in need of uncovering it. Is it something physical you lost, or is it a piece of information you're in search of? You're currently on the path of discovering. Keep moving forward. Okay, so maybe we need to rephrase on something different. Because I feel like the shovel card is telling us we're on the right path, but we just need to maybe know the right question to ask in order to get the information we need. Or maybe our media isn't telling us something that we do need to know, right? Because of course they are part of the globalist agenda. They don't tell us the truth. So what could we ask? And keep in mind, if you guys have any questions, even though the eclipse passed by the time you see this video, that doesn't mean that the effect of it passed as well, because this eclipse brings in something new, right? So if you have any questions regarding it, ask below, and maybe I'll do like a follow-up video regarding that with your questions in it. What should we ask? Okay, how should we prepare ourselves for the eclipse? What is this? Poison, toxic and deadly. Being a pirate may seem adventurous and fun, but it does come with a lot of danger. This teaches you to not put too much trust in anyone, as you never know who will backstab you just to get ahead in life. Someone or something in your surroundings isn't good for you. Stay cautious and learn to observe to clearly see what's happening instead of moving forward too quickly. Okay. So that does feel like it could be the media. They're poisoning our minds with misinformation about this eclipse, or generally about things they're reporting, which we know. But there's something deeper going on. With the shovel, right? Shovels dig deep. Right? They're not you don't need shovels just to dig something up on the surface. It's about depth. So it's possible that there's something deeper about this eclipse that we are not being told about. Okay, so I asked, what is it about this eclipse that is so important? And I got the palm tree, shade and pause. Pirates would be sailing and exploring under the strong sun during very hot days. The palm trees would give them a moment to pause and find some cover from the intense heat. This is only temporary and isn't a permanent pause or relief. So take a moment if you need, but remember to get back on your adventure and keep exploring and working on your goal. Hold on. So it feels like it's saying that this eclipse is a sort of pause. A moment of pause from something. Because it's interesting, it says, sailing, exploring under the strong sun during very hot days. And this is a solar eclipse. It could be that this eclipse could possibly be a pause before maybe like a solar flare. But don't think that when I say solar flare that it's going to destroy everything, because solar flares can give us certain abilities. When it hits us with certain blasts, it can open our awareness to certain things. So it feels like this eclipse is a sort of that kind of pause before like a shift takes place, right? Because later it says that this pause is only temporary, right? That you need to later go out there and keep exploring. So it just feels like there's a sort of shift coming, right? With the toxic and deadly news and having to uncover things, and this truth card, it sort of feels like it's saying that there is going to be like a global awakening among all of us, or majority of us. And this is what the government or the globalists fear, because they don't want us awake. This is why they're spraying our air with heavy metals. This is why they are releasing crap from their laboratories, right? Anything, even the vaccines they give us, anything and everything, just to dumb us or numb us or kill us off or whatever. Because they don't want us having the power. All we have to do is stand up. And it's over. There's more of us than there is of them. That's all we have to do, stand up. So now let's go with the tarot cards and see what other information should we know about this eclipse. Oh, wow. So this is a journey. This is going to be quite quite the adventure. Because with the Chariot card, we could go either way, right? We can go in any direction. It all comes down to us. It's not about what our government decides. It's about all of us. How we think, what we say, how we act, all of that as a collective shifts our world to where it's going. So if we're all in the victim consciousness, right, always thinking of what we lack, this world is always going to be in darkness. It's always going to be in the lacking, right? But if we turn to the sisterhood card, right, then we are in the abundance. Because the sisterhood card is about, our tribe, our connection to everyone, our generosity, our nurturing, our empathy, right? And that is going to raise us to a higher frequency that will allow us to shift the direction of our world into something better, something where technology and nature work together as one, and not have a world where there's no nature, where everything's dying off because our technology is growing, AI is taking over. It's like, no, that's like, that's just darkness. Technology doesn't have to be bad. We just have to have it work alongside with nature so that it complements each other. Okay, so we, as a species, as our society, we are going places. Something is being created, a new direction is being created, or has already been created, but now it's time to work on it. There's a lot of opportunity here, but it feels like with the Three of Cups and the Five of Swords, it feels like people need to be a lot more aware of the type of friends they choose. As the saying goes, birds of a feather flock together, right? So if you're surrounding yourself with these people, then you're basically like them. So you need to be careful of the type of friends you choose, and you will need to let go, right? Because the Three of Cups is company, right? It's friendships. But the Five of Swords is something that usually is, something that is taken away from us, in a sense. And it's possible that once you start changing, once you start being and thriving in your higher frequency, where you choose your morals, where you stand for something, where you choose to be in the essence of your divinity, not ego, not being on a pedestal or thinking you're some high value meal, not that. I'm talking about your true divinity, humbling yourself. Okay? When you choose that, people will walk away from you. And even though you may feel sad that you're alone, that you don't have some sort of support system, just keep building upon yourself. Keep building your personality, keep building your life, keep building your environment, your home, the type of life you want to live, and don't be influenced by what other people live. I'm talking about you personally. What do you feel joy in? What kind of surroundings do you want to live in? Okay, whatever doesn't match that type of vibe, throw it out, cleanse it out, donate it, sell it, whatever it is. But eventually, people will start coming in. And not the old people that that walked away or whatever. I'm talking about new people that match your vibe. And if you start seeing that similar type of people are coming in and you don't like what you're getting, that means there's more improving within that you need to do. Because this world is a mirror. Okay, you get what you bring out. So if you get the wrong people constantly coming into your life, it means that there's something within you that maybe is still damaged, still isn't healed, still needs to be learned, and these people are coming in to show you your reflection. So remember that. Don't blame them and how they are. Don't start hating them for who they are. but look deep within and see, okay, this is what I need to change about myself. There's still improvement that needs to happen here, okay? And keep improving. And eventually, the right sort of people will start coming in, okay? There is so much potential with this eclipse, with the Page of Cups, something new, and even the Fool card, right? A new way of life. Two of Cups, partnerships. This could be the sisterhood, right? Connecting with other people. With the Seven of Wands, this could be what came to mind when I saw this card. Come on, focus. Focus. Why won't you focus? Okay, hold on. Okay. First thing that came to me when I saw this card, when it popped up, is us as, a collective, making these media people, basically holding them accountable for their actions and what they have been doing and the lies they've been spewing out and things like that. Okay? So we need to hold them accountable. Because the news is about stating what is, not about agendas, not about propaganda, not about making us believe something that just so we can be, against some other country when it's a lie. The news is just stating what we officially know. And it's up to the people to make up their minds. That's what the news is supposed to be about. Okay? So hold your media people accountable. No matter what country you're in, hold them accountable. Or start turning off your TVs and don't even watch the news, but watch maybe online independent sources that tell you what is happening. Okay, and remember, independent sources can also have agendas, right? There's left wing, right wing, all these things. Try to find someone that is neutral, that is, that tells you both sides, okay? And maybe even have multiple, sources you watch for your news, independent news, okay? But turn off your TVs and don't watch mainstream news, because once they start losing viewers, then shit's going to hit the fan, okay? And also underneath the deck, we have the Ace of Cups. So basically, literally, something new. We can expect something new to flourish out of this. Okay, so it's not always about darkness, it's not always about fear. There is some sort of blessing, but we need to, don't resist, okay? Try to adapt and try to make the changes in your own life, okay? You can't control what the government does. You can't control what your neighbor does. You can't control what your family member does, but you can control what you do, okay? So don't wait for other people to start changing. Change for yourself. Change for your higher good. And don't compete with other people, because the only competition you have in this life is you. Be better than you were years, months, weeks, days, seconds ago. Okay, do better, be better, humble yourself, reflect, get some time to yourself every single day. Have at least an hour with just you where you can, make a cup of coffee or tea and just sit down, reflect, look out your window or go for a walk and just sit somewhere, journal. Find a moment of magic in your day where you can reflect and truly ask yourself some deep personal questions and write them down, journal them. Find out more about yourself. What have you learned about yourself through a specific job you had, through a specific partnership or friendship you had? What did you learn about yourself when you tried that new food or went to some new place or went on a roller coaster for the first time? What did you learn about yourself? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Were you scared? What sort of feelings came out? What sort of reactions came out, right? Try to see who you are. Always question yourself. Question other people. Question reality. Because by questioning, you are evolving. You're becoming something greater than you were before. You're defining yourself. You're not this blob anymore. You start becoming a defined individual. So, having said that, just know that, of course, danger is real, fear is a choice, right? Just use your intuition, take it day by day, and do something every day that makes you smile and that makes you passionate. Okay, whether it's a hobby or your actual career, whatever it is, just make sure that you at least have that one thing that you can turn to that really, makes your heart pump with joy and determination and passion. Okay, whatever it is. As long as it's, legal, healthy, and not damaging or harmful to yourself or other people. Okay? So guys, that's all I have for you today. If you enjoy this type of video where we stick to one topic, where there's no pick a card, comment down below and tell me. Also, if you do have further questions about the future after this eclipse, or even if it's not about the eclipse but other things, you can also comment with that, and I can create a video, with your suggestions and what you want to hear or see. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope this eclipse shifts your life into something positive where you start thriving and not just existing. And remember that all the links to my socials and other things will be down in the description box below, as well as my Ko-fi, where you can leave a tip, where you can become a member and get some fun perks every month. Also, I have a shop on there where you can buy prints and greeting cards, and I have one digital content of stationery that you can also purchase. All of that basically helps me on a monthly basis, so I can purchase the things that are mostly needed, whether that's dog food or whether that is if something breaks down and I need to buy it, or whatever it is, it all goes to that. So it goes back to this channel, it goes to my Twitch, or whatever. If you have the means, you can leave a tip. If not, don't. But I appreciate all of you. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time.